We're on it tonight. Everybody brought their A game. It's good.
We had our brain food.
You know what I love about January 1st at midnight is the look on the guy at Walmart's face when it's 12:01 and you're like, I want a fishing license.
Let's go. Do you really shoot the halibut once you get him close to the surface?
We just shoot the halibut every Thursday.
Fellas, get back in that current.
I love it.
I hate
That's all right.
I hate me too, bud.
It's okay, Ryan.
Like a really fat branch.
Definitely.
Should we just fast forward to the part where I say, so you got skunked?
I have a question for you. So
You came to the right place, bud.
no, listen.
And we are back. You are listening to the Rutten River Pursuit podcast. We are sitting in the current, knee deep all up in it.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I do love that.
Got my waders on.
Oh, it feels so good.
This is going to be a deep one.
Yeah, it is.
I'm telling you, strap in. But we are Reality Outdoor Radio, where our mission is to get you in the outdoors by connecting you with the people, skills, and products you can trust.
You can trust them.
I am Ryan, and I'm very much looking forward to this. Who do I got with me tonight?
I'm Catfish.
Spittle.
What?
Double what?
What?
Huh?
And?
I'm Steve.
Oh, this is Stevie. I'm Will.
And it's Bucky.
I love the sound of that table tonight, boys.
Yeah.
Full house.
I'm telling you.
It's been a long time since we've had 6 guys.
Yeah.
I
love
I like it. I'm tearing up a little
Yeah,
bit.
me too.
And
It warms my cockles.
It's Thanksgiving episode.
I'm going to peel the
Gizzard then.
I'm going to peel the curtain back just a little bit, and I need you guys to hear something right out of the gate.
Wish I had a curtain to peel back.
Yeah.
This is the Thanksgiving episode, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
We're in the week of Thanksgiving in the current, and
Currently.
I have never before tonight had what I've often heard to or referred as Friendsgiving.
Oh, yeah.
I had one tonight, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was out of this world.
It was a classic.
Outs of controls. I hope you guys took some pictures because I did not.
Well,
Sorry.
pictures and Friendsgiving are all going to have to wait, because the first thing I need to do is tell you guys a little bit about this month's sponsor.
Throw it to yourself, bud.
I'll tell you about this month's sponsor.
Tell me.
This month's episodes are brought to you in part by Protection First Class Outdoors. PFC lubes were designed and developed to protect and lubricate your firearms, your bows, your tree stands, heck, all your outdoor equipment.
what about fishing rods?
Absolutely fishing rods, Stevie. You know it.
No way.
You know it.
Even kniveses?
You can use it on all your knives, Bucky. The ones you made and the ones you bought. Guys, I'm telling you, this stuff was originally designed to use in automotive undercoatings. Now, it don't get more corrosive than that.
I heard that.
That's true.
Hey, Ryan,
Yeah, buddy.
does it leave a film or residue?
Absolutely not, Brian. No film, no residue. This stuff isn't going to harm the bluing on your firearms, any other kind of finish you got on any of your other outdoor products. This stuff is the ticket. And what? Now, wait.
I bet it freezes.
It does not freeze, Bucky.
What?
But there's one more thing I got to tell you about. This stuff will also act as a cover scent.
You got me.
How many times you ever taken a well-protected and lubricated piece of equipment in the outdoors? It stinks, boys.
It
Yes,
stinks.
it does.
Not this stuff. They got the earth and the pine cover scent mixed right into the lubricant.
Wow.
They
Come
thought
on.
of everything.
That's right, guys. Make sure you head on over to pfcoutdoors.com. Check out everything they got going on over there. Pick up some of that lube. It's the ticket. Well, now that we've gone ahead and officially greased the wheel,
I would say.
Yeah, bud.
how about
With
that
some lanolins.
Friendsgiving that we just experienced?
That was amazing.
I have the meat sweats.
Boys, I'm telling you, my belly hurts. So I showed up. I brought a little bit of
Salmon.
little bit of wild caught Alaskan salmon.
North Pacific's.
Amazing.
And it's,
Bucky did that salmon some justice.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what. and I believe Stevie brought some chicken.
Yeah. Fresh caught.
Fresh caught
On the way here.
On the way here.
At the Carnes.
Carnes, yeah.
What else did we have? I mean,
Sweet potatoes.
This, you know what?
Yams.
We had some of Mr. Spittle's
the old sweet potato yams.
Here we go.
We had some fresh caught asparagus.
Yes.
Yep. Wild.
We sent Andy after those. They're a little slow,
Yeah.
so he could catch up to them.
Catch a free range
and a free range
asparagus.
That
dough.
was my first sweet potato.
Really?
The sweet potato,
I'm torn.
I guess I owe
Like Natalie
most of the
Imbruglia.
table an apology.
Yeah.
Because I pretty much said I was going to throw the sweet potato across the room and just let it stick to the wall.
Yeah.
Because I don't do sweet potatoes.
Right.
But something that you boys did to
What
those
happened?
potatoes was pretty good.
I like-
They made me put the cinnamons on it.
Oh, I think the
the
microwave did it or something.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You throw it in the microwave.
I think it was the syrup.
Bob's your uncle, you got a sweet potato.
Stevie turned me on to those last week.
No, I'm surprised. I always thought from the color they'd be disgusting.
Oh, they're so
No.
I'm not ruling out that as a possibility, Catfish, because I'm still not sold on them.
I
But
think that mine was just.
it was palatable.
Yes, mine was just good because Spittle actually gave me a bite of his personal sweet
Oh,
potato.
that
That
could
whatever
be it.
he did put on
Yeah.
it. It
Oh,
was
he doctors them up.
yeah, it wasn't just a plain sweet potato. It had some.
potatoes.
It had the
yours-
juice on
It's
it.
dessert for vegetables.
Yeah, you had the cinnamon probably. You had the maple
Butter,
syrup
maple
and
syrup.
love.
Yeah, you broke out the syrup.
Yeah,
the
and
real
a broken
syrup.
fork.
Yeah. And we had some venison
Yeah.
tonight.
That was good.
All of this stuff made its way
No meat like dough meat.
like either onto the Traeger or into the microwave. Like we started preparing all of this stuff, and we were about to have a feast.
Yeah.
And then in walks Catfish. And what does he show up with? But some backstrap of his own
Yeah.
and
Snakeheads.
some snakehead dip.
Snakehead dip.
Hello.
That
was good
That is
snakehead.
one of the ugliest fish on earth.
Yeah.
Just like flounder that taste amazing.
Yeah.
People would never guess how good they are.
I can't imagine the first guy to eat one of them. Like
That's the
what he
first
must
time I've
have
had
thought of.
snakehead, and
Yep,
I've been
me too.
Really?
I've been dying to try it. And thank you.
He was on his last leg.
Yeah.
I
If I don't get snakehead tonight, this is it.
you're
think
gonna get
on-
me to surgery day, Catfish.
I think Will had it. Didn't you had it before? Didn't we?
Yeah.
I give some to Leanna, but
Yes.
she deep fried it.
Yeah. But we didn't have it like in a dip form. That's next level.
That's good stuff.
I'm not trying to go full Bucky on this at all, but I
I'm
think
gonna.
I
But
don't.
we're
I don't think
gonna.
I will do the meat justice if I don't compare it to like a crab meat. It is sweet.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, it's delicious.
And that's not because I put anything sweet in the recipe. That's the fish.
It's a sweet meat.
That
and it
recipe is super
delicious.
simple. Literally flay them out, brown them, or not brown them, but almost like
Yeah.
you're cooking browning some venison burger.
Yeah.
Just cook them up and chop them up in a skillet. And a couple tablespoons full of sour cream or a tablespoon full of like hell of a good chip dip, whatever you like.
Yeah.
And a few spices, black pepper, little chili powder, maybe what's that stuff Lacey likes on the crab stuff.
the Old Bay.
I put some Old Bay in it
Old
because
Bay.
Lacey told me
Nice.
to, but it's really not that difficult, but it tastes good.
It was delicious.
Yeah. Thank you.
And as we're going through all of this, I'm playing back the plate after plate in my mind, and I almost forgot where this whole thing started was with the smoked cheeses.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I can't go there. I thought that was a secret.
Appetizers.
That was
Oh, they. Oh, golly.
Tell me about it.
I had
Showered me with
I had
compliments.
Goudas, I had sharp cheddars, I had Mandalorians. What all did
Mandalorian.
What did we?
Manchengo.
Manchego.
Manchego.
What was that other one
Judas.
with the port or the
There's a
There was a beer
Brauermeister?
cheese.
there's a beer cheese with from the Trog.
The Trogan.
Oh,
There are very few things in life that you'd steal from a brother, but I'm glad that you're now editing all the videos so that I know where the cheese tray is in the fridge.
Yeah, it takes me a little bit to get to you. Yeah.
They're now in my truck. They were amazing, by the way.
Well,
Yeah.
there's more waiting to be smoked. It's so funny that I say to Leanna, how often are we not using the Traeger? Like, it's kind of rare that you get a night off.
Yeah.
That we're not cooking. And literally every night that we don't have a plan for the Traeger, I'm smoking cheese.
And you're cold smoking.
Well, I want to jump on that because we on our Saturday this week, you told me, can I bring that up? You told me about this aluminum tube that you don't even have to turn the Traeger on.
No.
It's a cold smoke using the Traeger pellets.
It's brilliant.
And I would have never guessed, as that tube just sits in there and smokes away, that cheese would come out like
that much flavor.
If you would take that to a high-end like France restaurant, people would pay hundreds of dollars for a slice, not knowing that it came from an aluminum tube.
We believe that is true.
We
are American.
These colors.
But we will eat the heck out of that cheese.
Fromage.
I said, did you make it on the Traeger? Yep. What temperature? None. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
How does that process work? Like,
So we found through All Things Barbecue on the YouTubes,
yeah.
ATBBQ. They have all kinds of everything you want. Their recipes are just next level. They smoke everything. And so type in smoke whatever ATT. All Things Barbecue, and you're gonna see what they do. Like, it's crazy. So Leanna and I are obsessed, as always. We just jump in and we binge like people would with TV shows and stuff. We're binging recipes. And
I was watching it while we were goose hunting. That's how. And I was addicted. I'm like, don't worry about the geese.
Yeah,
Give me that phone.
Scout potato one was stupid, and we actually ended up making that.
It's probably good you didn't have any of that left over.
Yeah.
'Cause, boy, I would have tore that apart.
Seriously. So through them, we found the amazing. It's spelled AMAZEN. Amazing smoke tubes.
Yeah.
And they used it to smoke cheese, obviously, and that's just one way.
Right.
But like, if you wanted to take your smoke up a notch, say you already have a smoker, and you want to change the wood midway through, or you don't have a smoker at all, you just have a regular grill,
Just a plain old
propanes. You take that little tube and put the wood in, and it just belts out pillows of massive amounts
That
of smoke.
slow-mo vid was glorious.
What temperature is cold? Is it at whatever the outdoor temperature is, or is there just some heat from?
No, there's not. You don't want direct heat on the cheese. You just want smoke.
Do you fire the Traeger on at all?
Zero.
Nothing.
See, that's the thing. There are some things
You'll
in
melt
the world.
that cheese.
Yes, there are some things in the world that take smoke better cold. Fish, for example.
Yeah.
And I just shared, here's a holiday secret here coming up. If anybody has a smoker, heat or no heat, if you have not done if you have not done pistachios, that's a hard word for me to say.
Yeah.
If you in the smoker,
Really?
they are addictively
Do you have
stupid.
to take the shells off of them
Nope.
before you? No.
Put them on a cookie sheet and throw them in there with the rest of
No
the stuff.
kidding.
But Steve, you could come over to my house and take the shells off of mine.
Shell them for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
like
I can
after
do
I
that.
smoke them, you can just show up,
Drop
shell
them in
'em.
his mouth.
But cheese is another one. If you want to do it right, no heat's the best way to do it.
Have you ever made that macaroni and cheese that you make with smoked cheese?
Yes,
Oh,
because it's in the smoker. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it went in the smoker. That's how it's made.
You bake it.
but if
You
you
bake
made
it in the smoker.
with
Okay.
smoked cheese and then put it in the
I
smoker,
can't even
Oh
imagine.
my.
holy buckets!
Oh.
That's
Holy
going in,
buckets
that's
of
going in the
smoked
cookbook
cheese.
one
You
day.
got any smoked cheese left? Like
smoked
enough to do
mac
a
and
big
cheese.
pan of mac and cheese?
Leanna and I just went yesterday and just
Bought 'em out.
raided the giant
cheese store.
Yeah. It's stupid. Like, I can't believe when we got the bill. We were
At
like,
this point, some of the local dairy farms recognize what
Yeah.
cows.
The
actually,
cashier was praying for him as he left for his constipation problem.
I haven't crafted
this
a week.
poor guy. Have you had a movement?
That was what they asked me. I literally, like, we got there, we just went, oh, that would look good smoked, and we have no clue. Some of them are already smoked in the package, and so we're like, well, that's obviously got to be a good cheese to smoke, and that's not too soft, and that's this and that.
Gruyere and Gouda.
Yeah, we just went down the list, and so when we got the bill, I just. She goes, oh, well.
It was worth it.
She was already.
Oh, my God.
There are a few cheeses in the world that you wouldn't want to mess with. Like, I wouldn't have thought,
Famunda.
yes.
Never.
I'm out.
Like my favorite cheese of all time is Longhorn, but I now cannot wait to get that smoke tube and try to smoke a block of Longhorn cheese. Could Longhorn be any better? Because if it is, I'm missing the boat.
Yeah, the
I
cool
think
beef.
you found something.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, all that stuff. I mean, it's just that's what we were getting nuts because
I'm anxious to think that there are some cheeses that need help, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
The Swiss,
Yes.
they make great knives, watches. Their cheese is terrible. So maybe if we smoke it,
Love a good
I might even give it a try.
it's on deck.
Could you do a smoked blue cheese since you're a blue cheese fan?
It's also
on deck.
Is it?
That's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yes.
we make a blue cheese dressing that is
You should make that fish dip with smoked blue cheese in it.
Ooh.
And see what that does.
that would be deadly. This catch.
I think
I love talking about food around the full current. I was going to say campfire. It might as well be if we're going to turn it.
We could do a whole episode on
Yeah.
smoking cheese. I've just realized.
There's so much passion in it.
It is, and then it leads into
The eating part,
The passion
I'm
of the
very
cheese.
passionate about.
and it leads into
Jesus.
cheese. I can't wait to get into the meats, guys. I'm starting to get into that, like perk up on that.
You currently got a Traeger this year.
Yes.
A nice big Traeger this year.
Yes.
And I've seen some of the things that you've been making, and you're now also an addicted person.
And I have to tell you, my wife.
You almost swallowed that mic.
I know, but it's what I listen because I am so proud to say my wife will get it out on her own now,
Yes.
and she will. We are doing pizzas directly on that grill, not even on a stone.
Yeah.
And they are incredible.
I'm bringing that up for a reason.
What's
'Cause
that?
There's been some great suffering in the last summer since I haven't spoken of this to anybody much or
Sure.
to this podcast much this year.
Yeah.
I've gone since last winter without a smoker or a grill at all.
oh no.
What
bless
can we
your
do to
heart.
help you?
Let me tell you how that feels to go through a summer without a hamburger of your own.
Yeah.
We actually, so we buy a new grill every 2 years,
Yeah.
something like that. Blah,
Yeah.
blah. We took all of that money and set it aside so that we could buy the Traeger next year. And it sounded like a really great plan
Yeah.
At the
in
time.
March. And come July, I was
Itching.
really not happy with anybody that cooked around my property.
I don't blame you, bud.
And it's true though. It sounds like a stupid luxury to have any kind of grill, but if you don't have one for a period of time, you really
Start to miss it.
So once I do get it and I get this smoke tube this year, it's really going to be euphoric to start to cook again outside.
Oh, yeah.
Because I miss running the smoker. The smoker actually, remember the old one? The old smoker, I had the big one that we ran for years. It actually now lives at Logan's house.
Does it?
Yep. And he uses it with pellets in the bottom of it just as a hot plate. And
Okay.
actually that stuff came out of it up there.
Really? It worked.
I'm going to miss it, but it is time to upgrade to the Traeger.
When you go there, you're going to be I think in the long run, the wait was well worth it.
You'll never see me again.
Yeah. Your mind's going to go
And it's
nuts
my-
thinking what you can do next.
Well, I never thought of cheese. It was just all, I can't wait to hunt everything. And then Will dumps this, hey, brother, you can make cheese in it. And I'm like, what? What happened?
No,
You didn't stop there. You smoked pepper.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
I smoked pepper.
You did. You're right.
I
Black
did.
pepper.
Yeah.
How much?
And it was good. I sampled it.
I can't, like, I've just begun. Like, I've only just begun. Like, it's
You have pheasants to do yet, too, don't you?
Thanksgiving is not going to be the same.
No.
Life as we know it is,
It's changing.
yeah,
So you don't actually have to watch a grill if you're using a smoke tube. You could throw it on at night and go to bed.
it's cold.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
What makes the smoke come out?
Well, it's
You
a
light
small
it.
amount of heat.
It's like
It's almost
like a
So the-
punk, that you use for your fireworks.
Yeah.
It just slowly smolders, and
I thought you meant those kids
Continues
that mess
on.
around in the
Oh,
cul-de-sac,
there you go.
the
Coming-
neighborhood.
Take it
Those
easy,
punks.
kick and wing.
Taking a step back into Pennsylvania hunting, remember the hand warmers that you lit the charcoal?
Yes, sir.
And you blew into the side of it to get it hot, closed it, put it in your pocket.
Same deal.
Similar symptom.
Yeah.
Once you light it and blow it out, it's self-sustaining.
It's just going to smolder. It's
and
not
it goes the whole way through.
flaming up.
Yeah, it takes, depending on the size of your tube. I got the size that's like collapsible. So
Yeah.
and I don't remember the size. I think we got the bigger one, but one is like, forgive me if I get the numbers wrong, but it's like a 7 to 12.
There's no way you got the smaller of the sizes.
And then the other one's a 12 to 18.
Yeah, you probably got the 18.
Yeah.
So you just dump
That
pellets
sounds
in
about
one
right.
side of it and light it.
You just
And
dump,
forget it.
you just fill it up with pellets, and then you leave a little bit of space in the end
For the
and-
punk.
for the
punk, bud.
and then you just torch it.
Yeah, you're hitting them with like a butane
Yeah.
torch.
Yeah,
And all
why
you're
that's
doing is
sitting on the
just
counter.
getting a little bit of burn
Yeah.
going.
Just getting it
And then
going.
it smolders.
yeah, just blow
I
it
get-
up.
Bob's your uncle, you got a cold smoke.
Sometimes I see this truck out back of work in the parking lot, and it might or might not be Andy.
Yeah,
I mean, people that leave dead squirrels and stuff on my antennas, I can't imagine it would be anybody else.
you ever walk?
You want a squirrel to smoke? Is that what you're saying?
Did you ever walk near that truck?
Yeah.
You know what I would do?
Oh.
Is I would just light a smoke tube and throw it in the back.
I was
That would smell better.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It would smell better.
It's a cover
going to
scent.
be out driving all day long. You could get one of those hitch grills and throw a smoke tube in it. Technically, it can't catch your truck on fire.
Oh.
And you could just, make whatever you want while you're
Cold smoke
doing what you're
squirrel.
doing.
Cold smoke
It's got a
roadkill.
pappy cap,
Yep.
So
cold smoke in the back in the back of the
say you
bed.
cook a hamburger
This is not a
first.
bad idea.
Yeah, if you cook a hamburger first,
Yeah.
could you not just throw it in there for a couple hours while you're working and redo it?
I mean, I'd be.
Better than any kind of microwave I've ever heard
I'd
of.
read your regs on the botulisms and stuff, but I'd make sure
Kick up McDonald's a notch. Some
It
smoke.
would.
it would take Mickey D's to another.
Smoke
I'd throw my
nuggets.
Big Mac in the smoke tube.
I think the possibilities are literally endless.
I mean, what did we talk about?
I've only used one pellet. I've only used one flavor of wood.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Oh, man.
What
how
is
a
hard-
lot more tries to do.
It's the premium blend with the Traeger has. It's a blend. There's
They make
I
a
forget the-
big game blend or something too,
Oh
don't
yeah,
they?
Oh,
yeah. That's
that's
a spicy,
a
great
mesquite.
nose,
What do you use,
feel,
Bucky?
smell.
Yeah.
Like it's got a
I
really.
use.
It
I,
caught my eye.
I
mean,
like
that-
the signature, but I've used apple and the mesquite bags as well. Now
yeah. So
I can't find the big game.
I saw it and I was just
Amazon.
thinking, wow.
Amazon's
Yeah.
I always Amazon
Gotcha.
mine.
Oh, yeah, Amazon's
Comes
got
right
it.
to me.
doorstep. You don't even have to lift it. A guy with a hernia might like doing something like
Yeah.
that. You'd think.
So that's pretty,
Delicious.
I think what we've
that's
done.
a lot of hard-hitting cheese smoking
That was a
talk.
Lawden spinoff from Friendsgiving.
It was Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Friendsgiving,
And it
yeah.
was phenomenal.
Let's just end it with
And we topped it
So,
off with
yeah.
cheese.
Yes.
Did we talk about Spittle's deer?
yeah, a little bit. Enough.
It didn't
was
last.
delicious.
It didn't last long. So
It was the
I
first
must have
clean
been
plate.
adjusting some knobs or something.
That was done
good.
first. That come off the grill first, and
You don't want hockey pucks, man. That
No.
just- no.
Did you?
no, and it was so,
So tender.
it was-
How was
Perfect.
it? Was you? I mean, have you
it
had
met
meat like
my
that?
Yeah, it met my expectations. I mean, I honestly, I tested it at home.
Yeah.
I made 2 pieces, and my kid ate it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that. He never eats deer meat. He liked it, so.
This you could flip it up in the air with your thumb and catch it in your mouth.
Amen.
You sure
oh, yeah.
could.
Ooh.
I'd have done tricks for that.
it was.
I know it, bud.
It was good.
Thank
it
you.
was definitely good.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Because that, it's hard to do.
No, it's not.
And the deer.
Well, I mean, it can be. It can be when you put the time in and you do what you need to do to get it. Like, it can be.
And you didn't
Totally
you,
the personification
didn't bring,
of
like-
Friendsgiving, though.
Yes. Oh yeah.
that,
This is
yeah.
when you do it for sure. You break that good stuff out.
Amen.
You didn't bring like the ribs or something like that.
We
You
weren't
brought
going.
like-
We didn't make awesome buco.
Yeah, we did not make awesome buku out of it.
That'd be
I got
awesome.
a couple shanks. I'm ready to try
Yeah,
that.
I'll part with these.
Looking forward to it.
I'll part with these.
gonna
tendon
ask for help when I am ready to do that because I'm scared.
Bucket.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds
No,
like
no,
such
no.
an epic dish, and I don't want to screw it up. Like I
Don't-
just
No, I don't think you really can, but I do. Just pick a Sunday or Saturday that you can get away and just let's do it.
Cool. Done.
Leanna will teach you everything you need to know.
All right.
Done and done.
I like her drawings.
That was an awesome notebook.
It was. When Leanna plans out a meal, it's not a thought. It's a drawing with colored pencils and crayons and calligraphy in like gold ink. And when she's ready, it begins.
Oh, yeah.
Like she knows A, B, C, D every second. But you would never know it to watch her to cook because she's just loving life and not thinking. And
yeah. No, it's so like I don't know when she started that or why even. It just the little kind of just sketches and I don't know. It just helps her like.
She's crazy proud of that though. Yeah. I mean, she was happy to show that.
Actually, we don't know. Like I said, we just started watching All Things Barbecue, and they shared it on their little social medias.
It's all
her notebook.
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah, they thought that was cool.
It is cool.
It's her journal.
It's a
is she gonna make Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh,
it's like a dinner, like a cooking storyboard.
Since we're talking about Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're
inviting ourselves.
Well, we're letting the cat out of the bag. It is Thanksgiving in like 40 hours.
Not long.
I'm surprised she isn't cooking right now, getting ready.
There's brines and all.
I saw brine in the refrigerator.
I went to go get a nice, tasty beverage before we kicked it off, and big old brine bucket.
She commandeered the space.
That's all right.
Are you going to set up like GoPros and so that we can all share?
My camera guy I'm not sure if he's going to be around or not.
Won't be, but
then probably not.
All right.
Anyway,
so something I know is near and dear to everyone's hearts that's listening to us and certainly around the table. When you get to this part of November,
trapping,
and it's almost Thanksgiving, there are so many opportunities to enjoy the outdoors. I'm guessing there might have been a little bit of outdoors being enjoyed here recently, and I can't wait.
Let's start out with the most boring, and don't go over your time, because I have a story that's gonna
just get on with it.
Well, I'm just saying, if
Steve, did you do anything this week?
No,
Bucky.
I did a little something since I've been out of commission. I had to get out of the house and do at least something in the morning.
What'd you do?
I headed over and hung out with Jay Sturkovitz for about an hour.
At the Underhill Forges?
At the Underhill Forges for about an hour or so. We kind of talked some hard-hitting charcuterie talk, and I sampled a couple of rounds of some stuff that he's been doing, because I'm looking to...
Closet smoker cure.
Yeah.
Bucky, you got the cure for hunger?
I've got the fever for cured meat.
Wow.
Okay. And
if cured meat was a museum, Bucky would be the curator.
Yeah, he is.
Ooh. And I hope to someday be doing some neat things and sharing that in the next.
I'm on the edge of my
months.
seat, Bucky.
Maybe by spring we could be sampling some.
Oh, I like
curated meats.
There's a whole art to that. There are dudes that will take an entire back half of a hog.
Yeah.
And rub it with salt and throw it on an old wooden board in a barn for a month, and then get it out and redo it and
beef.
And it's like 6 months later when you talk about thinking it's rotten and kill you, and if you eat that, that's ridiculous. And when you have some of that old timers like salted ham, oh my God! But it's an art. You don't want to do it wrong.
No, but at one time that's how you had to do all meat other than what you ate immediately after butchering, or either you made a kill in the wild or you butchered an animal that you grew as a domesticated animal. And what you couldn't, there was no refrigeration, and what you didn't eat fresh.
You don't need refrigeration.
You had to cure or smoke, and
the people that were good at it lived, and the people that weren't good at it, well, they died off. So all we're left with are the good recipes.
Exactly.
Those people
Darwinism worked.
Those people got ate.
Let's say,
and truly, that's the second half of being a good hunter is knowing how to take care of your harvest.
Yeah.
and that's something that
Is it something you're going to try to do with like a back leg of a venison?
I would love to do.
The whole back leg?
Stevie's going to start
baby
with the
steps for
charcuterie first before
I don't
he
know what
learns
this
how to
word
hunt.
means. I'm lost.
Charcuterie is just a French word for saying the art or the
Cured meats.
of curing and smoking meats.
Okay.
And
I've been lost twice lately. The chiré, what's that thing you cook with?
the sous vide.
Yeah, thing, and now this word. So now I'm caught back up.
Charcuteries and sous vides.
And believe it or not, from my initial reading, they say you should start off with like pâtés and like
tartares.
So let me ask you a question. I take a step back. Let's back up. Is this something Jay's going to help you with?
Yeah, because he is a little bit more of a formal.
He's got a head start.
A head start that I'm going to learn a little bit from, and I'm interested in also the cultural aspect, the historical and cultural influences, like how Germany would cure meats compared to Italy, compared to a different part of the world.
Gotcha.
Asia.
And then slowly, after a couple of years of doing that, maybe trying to make a go of Bucky's Meats or Charcuterie by Buck.
I bet you they do
good
that.
Good luck, Buck.
I bet you they do that on the step.
You'd have
Mongolia's?
to. You would have to.
Well, they make beef over there.
Yeah.
Mongolian beef.
I'm excited. That means like salami.
That's the thing.
At the buffet.
So, other than chicanery, what did you do this week?
I also ended up in a very interesting spot after I got done at the forge.
Yeah.
As I was leaving, and our good friend Mr. Andy Spittle put out on the thread, "Hey, I'm hanging out at the shop today. If anybody's
hey guys,
wanting to hang out." So I kind of knew that I was within minutes.
Yeah, you're not far.
And I just, hey,
it'd be a shame if you were that close and didn't.
Oh yeah.
So I went. I had made a beeline on over.
It was about 10 minutes
As
after
the crow flies.
Yeah, I put that out there. I was walking through the door.
As the crow moonwalks.
And
I want to feel what does it feel like to walk through the door though? Does Dad say, "Listen, you're welcome here.
Double doors. Like
don't
John
touch
Mayer.
anything," or does he say, "Skin that fox"? Like, does he don't let you touch
He
nothing?
don't say nothing.
No.
He just keeps working.
Yeah.
I was a wide-eyed kid from the moment I walked in there.
Yeah.
Other than a furnace, and electricity, that shop could have been standing there just as is 250 years ago, and that's what I
year is
love.
that, Stevie?
That would be
Like 1700s,
1800 time frames.
right out of everyday life.
Family
Every year,
Robinson.
what happens, and it
I'm
was
looking
what.
forward to seeing
Correct
it,
me if I'm wrong, but it was
I
the
wanna come
morning
down one
after
day.
the first night of predator hunting, or what was all just coming in.
No, it was mink and
You were
muskrat
wrong.
just came in.
Okay,
Mink and muskrat, yeah.
mink and muskrat had just come in.
Yep.
I saw them in concert a couple
Did you
weeks ago.
really? What they open up for Hall and Oates?
Milli Vanilli.
Really,
There's a ton of fox in there. A few coyotes. Coyotes. Andy's over working and scraping pelts. Just after Dad skins them as they come in. Andy scrapes, then goes back to Dad.
Yeah, depending on who's doing what, I put them on the boards.
Is
or
it
he
flushing?
does.
Are you
flushing?
flushing?
Yes.
Is also scraping?
Flushing. Yes, it is.
For the lay?
Then you throw them on the stretchers as the boards, right?
Yeah,
The boards.
and that's even like
a paramedic.
Taboo word now is fur form.
Oh.
Because you don't want to actually stretch
Correct.
the pelt.
I was going to say that.
So, yeah, fur form is
Putting it on the
Forming.
same, yeah.
on the
Same
forms.
thing. Yeah.
Do they get salted then, or do you dip them?
No.
You just let them dry natural.
Yeah, just dry. You don't do anything.
Brian.
When that leather's dry, it can keep As long as you keep the bugs out of it, it'll keep.
I still have some in the garage that I never did anything to them. Just formed them, and they're fine. I mean, they don't look great, but they're
if you don't get bugs in them, it'll keep.
They wrinkle a bit over time, but they still look good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was just a neat process to be a part of. 3 generations.
Have you never been there?
Never been there.
Oh my!
Did they allow you to do anything?
No. I took a bunch of pics. Not a bunch.
They're selling them. You don't let Bucky touch that.
Yeah,
you wouldn't let him
He makes his own knives. I didn't know. I mean, I thought he was
right. Yeah,
Samurai Bucky now.
Honestly, though, like when you're there, I don't want to be weird about this or try to sound weird, but when you're there, like you kind of just appreciate the artist working. You would never, or at least some of us would never go to like Van Gogh and just start painting on.
Let me see that,
Let me see that. I can do that.
Give me a shot of that.
The hideout of foxes is tough, though. I mean, there's some pretty thin skin in there. You don't want to make wrong marks.
Any turtle name.
Any of the turtles.
Yeah,
I've learned by mistakes many times of making nicks in the face.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to skin critters, really. I've
Dad
put too many. Yeah, and he's so much faster, so much more efficient, and I just don't bother. There's plenty of other things to do to keep busy.
Right.
You know, and I just.
Well, you got to let the master do what he does.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to watch that a few times.
3 generations of Spittles
appreciate that.
welcomed me in.
Yep.
No, that's nice.
What's the little guy do?
He's pulling fur off the forms.
Is he?
And you know, just kind of having fun, just getting his feet wet.
That's
I mean,
good.
it's really fun to watch. I mean, it's something that even 2 years ago he had absolutely zero interest in, and Pappy didn't have that much interest in him on account of there's just nothing to relate to. Now they've been running trap line together.
Hey, tell the guys about running trap line.
Dad told me Friday night. He said, "Come with us on Saturday morning. Check the traps." And he just said, "Don't do anything. Just get in a 4-wheeler and let Luke run. He knows the line. He knows what to do. Just don't say anything. Just appreciate and enjoy." It was awesome.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
9.
Yeah.
And he
That's pretty cool.
ran a 4-wheeler like a pro. Never missed a trap. Never missed a turn. It was just fun to watch, and I never appreciated my kid that way before. But he was a grown man for 40 minutes.
You know what?
It was cool.
I translate that into he knows what he's doing. I'll be skinning. You bring me everything. I don't run trap lines anymore.
Yep.
I remember when Bucky got up in his first stand, I was like, "Oh my God, I know exactly what you're going through."
Yeah, man.
You can relate.
It's that proud papa moment. That's my boy right there.
Get up there and you stay, Bucky.
Don't come down till I come get you.
Oh gosh, guys, I'm blushing over
That's cool, dude.
If you do ever get a chance to go and just hang out, I mean, it just you walk in and it's nothing you've ever seen before. I mean, I've walked into that shop every year since he's had it, and the first time you walk in is just this out of the world sensation. The smells are obviously not that pleasant.
Unique.
But
Unique's a good word, probably.
I don't know if there's anything that smells like it.
But I love
an earth
the
scent.
first day every year that I walk in and there's fur hanging from the ceiling. I just love it. And I don't ever want it to stop.
Yeah.
Called an addiction for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
With my upcoming downtime, I know might have a coffee spot to go hang out and drink a couple of cups of coffee with the guys in
It's
the morning.
something to be thankful for, is because in a group like this, to have brothers like this, is you're finally in a group that you don't have to explain it. You know, you know what I mean? And it's good to be
It's
around
nice when you
like
do, but you don't have to.
But no matter what you're addicted to, if you get to that level, I get it.
Yep.
Nice.
So,
well, picking up, I can tell you I haven't done much of anything
Sounds
outdoors,
good. How about you, Catfish?
but get ready for the upcoming rifle season, changing over from archery to rifle, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
it's a sad time of the year.
It's sad, but it's still fun. I love getting the gear ready.
Yeah.
But the way I understand it, we need to spend a little bit of time on some other folks.
I don't know what you're talking. I haven't done anything since April.
I bet it's been a while.
So it's April 2nd.
Make us feel good.
There I was.
I got out on Saturday, actually.
Yeah.
Just a few days ago.
Just a few days ago, yes. Huh. And
doing what?
Here's the thing: is most
He's
people
slow rolling.
Yes,
I know he is.
I could literally tell a 4.5 hour story from the heart, or I could look at Andy Spittle and go, "Do you understand what I tell you when I said I had a better than average day?"
Yes, sir.
I had a better than average day Saturday. It was a day with my brother. We went goose hunting, and it was full of those little moments that make the outdoors what they're supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah. Like from
the get.
I wanted to keep the goose field, so I got there at 3:30.
No one was getting that goose field.
No, and I was actually
easily
late. I was late because the new magnesium pills Will gave me kept me in the bathroom past 3. So
yeah, it'll make you clamp down a little bit on the innards.
They pulling into the field. I chased this wobbly old butt raccoon up the field, running in front of the truck. He didn't know to go in the corn, the hedgerow, but for like 40 yards, he didn't know what that Toyota was, and he ran in both them tracks back and forth, and he had the widest butt on a raccoon. And have you ever seen one run full tilt? Mm-hmm. They're pretty dumb looking.
That's what Uncle Wilbur was talking about. Now it makes sense.
It was funny. But I took a nap. It was fun. I took a nap in the field, waited. Will come down and just shortly bit after, and I tell you, like the most magical, beautiful morning weather you could have is the most horrible weather for goose hunting you could possibly imagine. Because it was nice to sit and share and talk and hang out.
Super chilly start.
There wasn't a goose in around.
And then it just warmed up to like that perfect cold day. You know, it was just, I don't know.
Bluebird skies, fluffy clouds. I mean, absolutely gorgeous outside.
Yeah.
That's terrible goose hunting from what I understand.
And I'll tell you, so that was kind of fun for me. There was a threat that, this isn't a threat, but like there's always a chance that other guys are going to make it, you know, and it is what it is.
Right.
Catfish and I haven't got to hunt like we normally do. Normally we've hunted 30 times by now, and just we haven't made that happen this year. Long story. Guys overslept or whatever,
right?
And it just ended up being Catfish and I.
Just the two of you.
And when I got like, I usually get my like last minute, late night, hey, I'm going hunting text that, you know,
right?
You can join me if you want. Sometimes he says, why don't you bring another shotgun and maybe another chair just in case your shotgun jams? It's not gonna, which means I invited someone else, but I don't want to tell you who. So
he even said that morning. He's like, I was contemplating on bringing another shotgun just in case.
Because I didn't get
in case Stevie shows up.
Hey guys, we hunting geese.
So that's happened a couple of times, but so it ended up just being him and I. And unless there's birds circling, you're talking. You're having just
watching
a good
the
old
barbecue YouTubes.
Yeah, you're just catching up on everything.
Smoked Cheese Channel.
Right. That's what we need to start, the old Smoked Cheese Channel. But we talked for how long just for no reason?
Hours.
But anyway, it was nice to catch up.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the one thing about the morning that was really, really funny and interesting is we were sitting there, and either he would hear something or I would hear something. And it was just like, and I was just like, yeah. He was like, I heard something. Did you hear that? I'm like, no, I didn't hear that. What, you know? That's
just
cool.
Trading it off back and forth.
We're just something down the hedgerow, you know. So there is nothing going on in the sky, and we literally, I mean, it could have been a squirrel. It's small games in, pheasants in. We're on the Magic property, which, you know, anything can happen. We watched a fox go back and forth for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kiss at him a little?
We tried.
We tried.
We tried. And then we had a pretty decent buck come through out of range for anything. Not that we're not hunting deer, but I'm just saying it was pretty far away, so we didn't know what it was.
But it was like 20 minutes. We watched him with the binos. He didn't know we were there.
But even though you're sitting in a goose blind and this part of the state, whitetail's out, you see a buck like that, you still want to go. Just give him one quick one to see if he picks his head up.
Yeah, anything.
Still fun to do.
So I don't know. It was probably around 10 o'clock or so, and we kept hearing stuff. I'm like, let's make some hay while we can. So we switched up.
But it turned out the farmer already cleared that field off.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have to do much.
You could see for 10 miles of blue skies. So the last hour and a half of hunting was me and Will accepting the fact that it was a glorious morning to sit and talk. Like, we knew hunting was over an hour and a half ago. So at this point, we were...
Made the most of it.
We were like, dude, let's throw some orange on and see what's in this hedgerow. Because whatever it was, I heard it. And if you've hunted, I hate to say this, but Will's hunted pheasants with me before. Ever since I ruptured my inner ear, I have this weird, I can hear pheasants walking.
Yeah.
It's dumb, like chipmunks sneezing. I can't hear Stevie and you guys talk to me in a crowded bar for nothing. I'm deaf.
But that low.
Put me in the woods, and I'm like, you hear that chipmunk fart over there? It's like 62 yards. So we were getting ready. Will actually said, let's change it up. We were all been on our feet. And down in the hedgerow where I thought this wobbly butt raccoon has been walking all morning, you heard Shickley.
Yeah.
It was like...
That was funny. We heard that cook sound.
I thought you meant like, hey, guys. No.
It was not the best morning for goose, but it turns out the best day for pheasant.
You guys got hit with the double
Just so
cadence.
happened to be a great day for pheasant.
Yeah.
Huh.
A bad day for goose is a great day for pheasant.
It's a bad day for pheasant.
Yeah.
So here's my take on this. Now Will might had a different story altogether.
Yeah.
But Will and I got into, we don't get to hang out much this year. This year's been a pretty heavy year, and we were in some pretty heavy conversation.
Yeah.
Will was in the middle of telling me a story.
I started back in on a story.
Yeah, that only brothers would tell each other.
I can't tell it on
Smoked
the podcast.
Gouda.
Yeah, we were talking about smoked cheese.
That's what we'll call it.
Yeah. But it was funny because during a
hard-hitting carbonara talk.
Yes. During this heavy smoked cheese talk, the caliber of this brother talk is not to be interrupted. You wouldn't interrupt a brother when he was telling you something of this caliber.
Right.
And that's all, like, right at the main point of what he was trying to get out.
A short dramatic pause.
And I
got
looked
hit with a double cadence.
I looked at Will and I went, he interrupted you. And he went,
what are you going to do about that?
What are you going to do about that? Yeah. It's not often. You know,
I'm
we were
your
kids
Uncle
the last
Barry.
time this happened. Someone interrupted us in a bar.
Did that pheasant just sass me?
Oh, no, he didn't. He's looking at us. So, anyway, this dude goes, caw-caw, and goes, and pops out like, surprise.
yeah. I'm telling you,
Here's Johnny.
I have never been attacked by a pheasant. But he stood there like Kung Fu Panda with his chest out. But like, I will mess you up.
Yes, this honestly, I think what it was, we saw it later on with the geese, but like we were walking on the field with the cut corn, and it didn't matter if we were there with deer or geese, they wanted into this field. And when this thing popped out of nowhere and was like it was like
yeah, I mean, we picture this. You're walking down with a brother down a hedgerow.
Yeah.
You know, you throw your orange on. We heard this bird. Let's go look for him. Blah, blah, blah. And we're walking down. Now that story's gone because you can't go back to that story. Different story. And I don't mean, you know how they pop out and pop back in?
Yeah.
Oh, crap, orange. Not this one.
Yeah.
He walked out and stood up like a rooster and looked and shook his head a little bit and was like, fluffed his tail up and was like, huh.
Oh, no,
Maybe he likes it.
And I was I guess you don't see the shotguns or anything like that. And he wouldn't move. And we had a small debate on
Upland game bird.
Did you guys have your, just out of curiosity, did you guys have your Stevie masks on? Maybe he felt safe.
True that. Oh, they're circling back around.
I mean, he's brazen. He's been in the same field as this red fox for an hour.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure he ran right up to the red fox and did the same
Red
thing.
Fox was 600 yards away.
He was afraid. That's why he never come over.
But it was open field. Yeah. Needless to say.
So you passed on the pheasant.
It was not Passover season. We ended up.
Big dummy.
Let him grow.
No. Here's the thing, though. He was smart because what he did was Will pulled the gun up to make the perfect shot.
Yeah.
And he ducked back into the woods and did the now you see me. Like he did the switcheroo. Like he ran in and he was like, Daryl, run out there real quick and mess with him like I did.
Shake and bake.
Here come this other giant pheasant out. Split second later, and Will I got him. Bang. Yeah. Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you see, his brother, Daryl, and his other brother, Daryl. Yeah. You see Daryl flying away, and I'm going.
You missed him.
I think that was the one that enticed us into the fight.
We didn't know there was two.
You were bamboozled.
Yeah, duped.
Don't listen to your brother Daryl. That's the point.
Yeah, we got shake and bake.
Don't listen to Daryl.
He ran out and said, "These guys don't know what they're doing." But
so that we
you see that? Go take a closer look.
Bam.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was cool, and we did a hot lap, and Catfish says, out of nowhere, like to me, it's out of nowhere, and way out of character. You like sushi? No, not really. Not my thing.
You're not a big fan?
Not a huge fan. I wouldn't choose it. Seafood in general, I like from time to time. Like when we're in Alaska, you gotta eat the king crab. You gotta do the.
Oh yeah.
You gotta do the tour.
I am a little surprised though that you're not a sushi guy.
Not a sushi guy.
You should be.
We win anyhow.
2 and 2 equals 4.
I'm proud of you for taking out Catfish. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think I heard him say no, but in my mind, I just went right to I know a person.
We're going for sushi.
So it was funny. It was this. I didn't really. Yeah. You want to get lunch?
You heard him say no, but your belly said spicy tuna roll.
Yes.
After that, like to me, hunting was over. We were done.
Yeah.
There was a chance that he was going to go back out, but I was finished. And he says, "Do you want to get lunch?" And I'm like, "Of course. Let this great day continue."
Sure.
Got a pheasant in the back. Let's go eat. He says, "Follow me." So I follow him to a sushi restaurant.
Huh?
How about it?
If you call it that.
Dun dun dun.
It's a Chinese.
A place with sushi.
Yeah. You would drive by it 6 out of 7 days a week and think it was a shed. Yeah.
It's no. It's. I mean, you can tell it's a nice restaurant or a decent restaurant, but it's small town Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Every town has one somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't have a high standard for dress code, though. I saw that.
So
Sheila's Sushi She Shed.
Oh yeah, the sushi she shed. Sheila. So Catfish, I don't know. You guys hunt with me, like I kind of like just have normal clothes underneath all my hunting clothes, and when I'm done hunting, I have jeans and a hoodie on.
Sure.
Like, Catfish is head to toe, face paint, camoed out.
The picture
crazy
I received was epic.
Yeah.
Yep.
They didn't even care that I had my waders on with
Face
muddy
paint.
boots.
No. She don't care.
Why would they?
She don't care.
She said, "What you doing?
America.
What are you doing?
What you doing?" And he's like, "Hunting." And she's like, "For what?" "Goose." And she was like, "Did you get one?" And he's like, "No, got a pheasant." And then she was like freaked out because she didn't really know what it was, and it was kind of funny being in my seat. Number one, I have
Number
to
one, my buddy's gonna order sushi, and I've never seen this before.
Yeah. Number one, my buddy doesn't like Chinese food, period, let alone sushis.
Yeah.
It's just we've never in my life sat together in a Chinese restaurant.
No, it's year one for this.
He's
the
like,
year of the sushi.
yeah, he's like, it's my new thing. which is
Nice.
Okay.
You can add sweet potatoes to the list now too.
Yeah.
it's my new thing. I mean, okay, so I changed his name to Catfish, spelled with a K, because it's not the same dude. You know?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uncle Catfish with a K.
It's funny because you did that. I saw it in the text, but it didn't register until right now when you're telling the story. Like, that's why you spelled it with a K. Is because this is your friend, but it really isn't
It's
him.
not my friend.
Who is it?
I don't even know him.
I don't know this guy.
I was shocked that she didn't know what a pheasant was, so I had to show it to her. Like, hold on, I got one in the truck.
You showed her your pheasant.
But I bet you she called it something different or knew it's something different.
Will showed her a picture on her phone, and she's like, no. No. I said, well, I got one. I'll show it to you. Hold on a minute.
So, anyway.
Hold my sushi roll.
She was freaked out. It was funny. Catfish puts his order in and gets back this mountain of sushi.
Oh, it was good.
It was just a gigantic
looked delicious
plate
in the
of
picture.
sushi. And he ate everything. And he's like, you got to try this. And I'm like, I don't like that. You try this one. It's not that good.
I was like shoving it at him. Eat it. You'd like.
You can't have no in your heart, Will.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Shame
Put
on
enough
you.
soy and wasabi on it, you'll be all right.
No,
That green
here's the
stuff's
funny
what?
part. The green stuff, the wasabi,
Yeah.
he was like, this stuff, I only put a little bit on every time. I'll try a little bit. Clears my sinuses.
Yep.
It does.
Oh, yeah, it does.
That stuff's hot.
That's better than Vicks Vapor Rub.
I was eating his pickled gingers.
Really? That's what you ate?
I heard
like
that's
pic-
supposed to be pretty good. Good
I like-
for
No, it's
digestion.
not. Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff,
It's
isn't it?
good.
Yeah.
I
Clears
like
the
that
palate.
stuff.
too.
Smells like
Get out of here, you sweet potato lovers.
Sweet potato huggers.
Pickled gingers.
Should have said huggers. Sweet potato huggers is way better.
Jimson taken.
Anyway, so I'm at
Lunch was good.
I'm in an awkward place.
Yeah.
An unfamiliar place, rather. You know that these are uncharted waters.
Well,
so I didn't
wise
know what.
man once said, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone."
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so, and it's funny. It was my fortune cookie was super funny because I got it
That
said
was classic.
it said go after what you want,
There's no time.
like the present, but then I changed the R to
Well, Will
Two
said,
and eight.
"Do you have a pen?" I went, "No." He kind of moped for a minute. Like I could see his wheels turning. I was like, "I'll find you one. What's wrong, bud?"
Need one.
I went up and took one off the counter there by the, and I brought it back, and then I saw him smiling real big, and then he handed it to me, and I went,
Read this.
It was totally worth to go get the pen.
Yeah, no time like the pheasant.
This poor girl ran around. She was afraid of that pen. I was like, "Here, look, touch it, look at it. Like it has beautiful." No.
Yeah. It was funny. So it was one of those days. So we get back to Catfishes, and I'm like, we just kind of sat down for a sec.
First of all, we've said this on the podcast before. You ever meet this dude that comes to your house and just sits in your chair?
We have talked about
Yes.
this. Yes.
So
Did he come over to this weekend?
he did, and that's okay. Will's one of the people that
He's
can do
earned
that.
it.
But I was in the middle of another. That might not have been a deep conversation. I was in the middle of a conversation.
In no way did Catfish lay down on his couch with waders on,
And face paint on Lacey's
face
white
paint,
pillow.
and fall
Doesn't
asleep.
sound like something he would have done.
No, the dog's got mud on your pillow. I was out. We
Green,
hunted
brown, and black mud.
I was talking and I looked over and he wasn't responding. He was out. And
Yeah.
it had to have been 10 seconds later. I was out too.
Yeah.
And I had positioned myself on the couch so I didn't get face paint on the pillow. But I didn't wake up like that.
Yeah.
So
It happens.
Yeah.
No, we both just
How'd
passed.
that
We
happen?
took the edge off. We got rolling. It was like 2:30 or something.
Yeah, it was a quick 45-minute cat nap to sleep off the sushi. But when
like I said, you just sit down for a second. It's one of those ones where you're just dead.
We fell asleep, and it was like 50 degrees out and sunny.
Yeah.
45 minutes later, I woke up and looked out the window, and it was 38 and dead cloudy and looks
Saturday
like death.
changed quick. Yeah.
And I said, no, we got to go.
Well, he said, I'm going. And I'm like, I'm looking around, and it didn't take me too much to be like, bud, is my spot still open? I'm like, I think I'm going to stick around. And I am so glad I made that choice.
Yahtzee.
It just looked birdie. It looked goosey. It looked absolutely great. And there's no bets. I mean, there's no guarantees. You don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, so I guess the boys had some success early.
Chris had some success earlier the day before.
It was the day before, or was it a couple days?
It was the same weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same cloudy, misty, crappy weather.
Yeah.
Was it morning?
Morning.
He had a morning.
Yeah, Friday morning, yep.
So, we suspected that they were on the X or near the X or in proximities of X's.
Well, the night before I had sent
2 X's.
Night before I had
Dos
sent Will some photos that I took of the field with geese coming in it at 10 to 5. So we were in no hurry. I told Will, so let's go over and set back up. They'll be out like 10 to 5. That'll give us 20 minutes to shoot at them. It's like 3:30 now. We pull the trucks up in the field, and I'm lollygagging, fat belly, trying to get some decoys out of the truck. And these 6 geese come out of nowhere. And their trucks are parked in the field.
While you're standing there unloading.
Yeah, half the decoys are in the truck. Half of them are set up. And they circled us 6, 8 times.
They wanted that.
Even while you were.
They wanted it.
Yeah.
One of them touched the ground. One of them touched the ground with me standing at my truck in bow range.
Yeah.
And I told Will, I said, I've never seen this. They want in here so bad. And if these other groups come out of the lake, we got to get these trucks out of here. We got to blow this set and get them out of here. And at the same time, I was like, but they're in shotgun range. Like, I've never pulled the shotgun out of the tailgate and actually shot at one, but my decoys are there. I'm away from the road. I don't think there's anything illegal about me standing here, but
No.
don't feel let's just move the trucks. Because they kept volleying in and in, and I was like, all right, let's get the trucks out of here. Unfortunately, what happened was when we moved the trucks, they had flown 250 yards down in the lower
Closer
field.
to the Fox.
Closer to the Fox and landed.
But
And
the
they
Fox
said that.
wasn't there anymore.
I should have been with.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. Next time.
We'd even parked the trucks. Will ran up the hill, and I could not. I had I had neoprene waders on her built for February, running uphill, and he got there. He was getting set up, and here comes 30, 50, 70, 80, 100 more geese, and they come right through our set, but they see me, and they go right down with them other geese. And I'm like, man. And so the next group come out, and they get down with the other geese, and I'm like, dude, this is going to happen all day. They're going to go right down with them live geese. So luckily I had a plan, and had a friend that lived nearby to walk over, and he jumped them.
Oh.
Yeah, he walked over to the field, and he spooked them, so they flew away.
Yeah.
And then after that, it turned into one of those.
It was the beginning of the Gladiator, when he's like, on my command, unleash hell.
Yes.
And it was like literally like the birds come in every direction.
I was thinking more of 300 whenever they blot out the sun.
When they blot out the sun.
Yeah.
There were geese in every direction.
With the arrows.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. It was,
I couldn't even call.
It was geese.
I couldn't call because there was geese landing in the decoys, but there was geese flying over us to the left, the right, and right over. You could hear them over top.
No need to call.
But I mean, you couldn't shoot at these ones. You couldn't move. You're frozen. And I went, it's the first time ever. Like, this was the brother moment where I looked over and went, I don't know what to do.
You didn't know what to do.
I don't.
And
I've never had 100 geese 40 yards from me before. I don't know what to do.
I will literally
Teach them all to kill 2 of them.
I have zero reservation in letting someone else be the general. I don't. I don't need to kill that badly that like I'm gonna prematurely take a shot or not. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to do the one. Okay, let's kill one on 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
They weren't with us, were they, Stevie?
No,
Not at all.
So it literally got to the point where Catfish is like, do not wait for me. Like
I couldn't, because I couldn't see. Not only did we have hundreds of geese around us, hundreds, some lower than the treetops, but we also had thousands of ducks all night around us in every direction. And I just told him, I said, this doesn't happen. This is some stuff that you see in Canada.
Never seen it.
It's ridiculous. We're not only on the X, but I can't move.
The eye of the X.
Yeah. You're an eye of the hurricane.
Yeah.
And I did. I told him, I said, so what I'm trying to watch and justify what's in shotgun range isn't what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Don't wait for me. If you get something that you can hit and knock down, shoot it. And at that point, we looked up and I'm like, there's geese right because I'm looking at the sky so much. I said, dude, there's geese walking around in our decoys. Let's take them. Yeah. You take the one on the right, I take the one on the left. And that's where it started the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And it was it was one of those nights. I wonder if I brought enough shells. I kept going in my head like I have 5 boxes in the garage, and
that ain't enough.
They weren't with us, Stevie.
That'll get you in the door.
That's an easy answer. No, you didn't have enough.
We had a phenomenal night.
Wow,
it was super fun,
and we even quit 20 minutes short of shooting time. We didn't have to. We didn't have to hunt to the end.
That's cool. Wow.
And we didn't limit out.
No,
we could have. But we literally looked at each other and stopped and said,
I told him, I'm like, I am fine. If we're done, you're done, I'm done. Like, this was too epic. And I don't know that, I don't often do that. Like, let's roll until it's,
Yeah.
We just stood up and watched geese flying around us.
You were content.
Yeah, 100%.
That's content.
We stood up and broke concealment, and they were still landing in the decoys. So at that point, it didn't seem
Did you have
like
shells
goose
left?
hunting anymore. Yeah, I had.
Stevie, they weren't with us.
I had 20 shells left. I didn't even know I had that many, but I had at least 20 shells left.
That's saying a lot, though.
It was. Here it is. It's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
And I came out honestly to share this story, and we couldn't really give it justice, because we said.
And I said to him, I said, Bud, I know, I understand if you don't want to make it, but I'd really like it if you were there on Tuesday.
It would just top it off.
It'd be cooler if you were.
It was raccoons, it was foxes, it was bucks, it was sushi, it was chasing Chinese girls around with a pheasant. It was being attacked by Bruno the pheasant.
I call that
what you do
Friday night.
It was the getting skunked in the morning versus the most epic day of goose hunting ever in the history of goose hunting, and duck hunting. Like, we didn't even have duck decoys, and I kept looking at them and going, I don't know what to do. Like, there's thousands of ducks, literally thousands of ducks keep passing over. Groups of 100 ducks coming in past us. That's what Will said. He said, I heard wings. That was where it all started. A couple ducks flew over us, and I went, I'm looking this way, and he's like, geese, and I went, oh, here they come. The whole lake, like.
It was like
1,000 of them at a time.
Like goose giving.
So
goose giving.
I come out to say thanks for Saturday, brother, because it was what I needed. Good hunt with my brother.
Can you imagine that? Like, in all, I don't want to think about it too much, but if I would have left and just went home and had my hunt done, and you experienced,
I have this problem sometimes where I'll share. Now and again, I'd share these Instagram pictures or whatever, and then I'll bring Stevie to the pond, and I'll be like, no, really, they come this way.
You should have been here yesterday.
Or I'll take somebody bass fishing or crappie fishing and be like, I don't know, man, they were right here.
They were right here.
Yeah. Like 4 hours
here.
And that's what it was. It was the fact that you stayed, because that would have been what it would. It would have been me calling you going, I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah, with
blew it.
with your 5-man with your limit out, and you would have been like, "Well, she would have stayed."
Yeah.
And I would have been, "Oh no."
I learned something a long time ago. That story, you can't kill him sitting on the couch or sleeping in my chair.
For example.
Oh, I mean, back to that a little bit when he was like, "Oh, you know, from 5 o'clock and all that stuff." You know, back to that part. Like, I was lollygagging. Like, I'd literally like, "Oh, they're not coming." Catfish is always accurate on his predictions and things like that. So I was lollygagging, putting the goose stuff out, and you know, you look over the so you look up and they're like circle, and you're like, "Nah!"
Do you remember the one
Kicks it
at
up
the
a
lake
notch
that was
instantly.
light colored?
Oh, yeah.
It was in that first group of 6.
Really?
And I told Will, I went, "It's there. There it is.
Get him.
It's right there."
He had his gun in the blind already. Mine was not there yet in my hand, actually. And I'm like, "Just let him land." And he's like, "No, it's mine."
It's that odd looking goose.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. We saw him 2 or 3 times.
That has never happened where he was like, normally he would be like, "That's the big boy. You need to get that.
Take it."
No, he said, "This is mine." "No, it's mine."
It's
and
personal.
he pushed my gun down.
I did.
It's personal.
Gun down.
I reached over and was like, "Calm down, son. It's so good."
He went, shh.
Yeah, pushed my lips.
He's not yours.
Oh, I'd have paid to see that too.
It was there. And had we showed up, had we not took the 45-minute nap, had we showed up 10 minutes earlier and parked the truck, it would have landed in my lap.
Yeah. And there was too much action for pheasants to pop out of the.
No, they were eating. They were eating popcorn watching the show. I think the fox was down there going, "Get them, boys!"
Sitting next to each other, him and the fox.
Larry was out with his other brother, Daryl, a bit.
Yeah.
They were sitting there watching, going, "You know, Daryl would have loved this."
Here's the there are so many other stories inside of this day that made it a great day that I don't care to share or tell because we don't have time. However,
Right, we're bumping up on the times.
Yeah, we are.
I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I'm really happy to see you this week.
It's been a long time since we've had a good catfish story. So
Oh, yeah.
we were overdue.
That was a
Appreciate
fresh
you,
one,
mate.
too.
It was epically awesome.
Super fresh.
Yep.
Ryan, you're normally the one that does this. Let me spin it down a little bit, though, because you said you didn't limit out, and you said you didn't have to.
No.
But that just, to me, proves that it is so much more. Hunting is just so much more than killing. And that the day that you guys spent, and it being Thanksgiving and everything like that,
Yep.
that is just so freaking cool.
It was,
I mean, there's no other.
Super fresh.
Yeah, I mean, it is so much more
We weren't even
than
happy,
going
we
out
were
there to
joyful.
kill.
Yeah.
It's brotherhood, and there's definitely something that I'm missing out on in life by not waterfowl hunting or even doing more
Do you not have a
bird
shotgun?
hunting. I have a shotgun,
Oh,
but I
didn't know. I'm sorry.
there's so
what
much.
was the limiting factor there? Like, what kept you
Me,
there?
myself, and I is the limiting factor there.
Yeah.
But no, there's so much camaraderie that comes with the waterfowl hunting, and that's what's most appealing to me.
I don't remember in my lifetime ever saying, "I'm good." We've said,
That's cool.
"Is it time yet? Like, can we still shoot?
Yeah.
We only have 2 more minutes. Just 1 more minute. No, we're over a minute. Well, maybe the watch is slow." Like, that's.
Yeah.
I've never literally looked at somebody and went, "There's geese all around us, and I'm happy. Let's go." Yeah, like it was good.
There was one time,
Was there?
and it wasn't a hunting situation,
No, but
but the first night in Sodas Point this past year,
when you were throwing the frog.
We-
No, we were leaving that day.
that was when we were leaving the first night. We were both kind of like, we're good.
Yes.
Like,
that fishing day,
we've got some more coming. We know it's on the radar, but right now, we're good.
But you,
But you also
get it.
had like 10-foot swells.
Ryan gets it though, because
Don't
that was,
qualify it. We said we're good.
We're good.
It was
Seriously, we're gonna get drowned.
No, seriously, we should be good.
it was that same kind of day. Just yeah.
That's what it was. I love it.
The river cooter can't sustain it.
She just can't take any more, Captain.
I don't very often look over my shoulder and be like, Well, you put your life jacket on.
I almost spit.
There was a moment of that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But this is a veal.
It didn't matter.
I look forward to many, many more stories like this. I want to be part of a couple.
I think we
Can't
did
wait.
this Kern a little justice.
We sure did, boys. We sure
Absolutely.
did.
Amen.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Into all
Indeed.
a good day.
Stevie, why don't you tell us a little bit about this month's other sponsor?
This month is also brought to you in part by Miser Creative LLC. Rutten River Pursuits podcast is a production of Miser Creative LLC, and if you're interested in starting your own podcast, or if you need help creating video content for social media, look us up. Give Will an email at will@ruttenriverpursuits.com for more information or pricing options.
Oh, I do love that. Do love that. Bucky,
Yeah, buddy.
why don't you tell everybody where they can find us?
Everybody can find us on the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Rutten River Pursuits, on the good old YouTube at Rutten River Pursuits Podcast, and of course on the World Wide Webs is at RuttenRiverPursuits.com. And you can download this podcast episode and all our episodes on most podcast apps such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
I hearts those radios.
I've heard that.
But my favorites is the Spotify's.
They're all pretty good. As long as you
like
can
that
get
too,
us.
Andy.
I've been turned on to that by somebody. Yeah.
As long as you
Was
can
it
get a
me?
hold of us,
It was Will.
it's all right in my book.
Yeah, buddy.
Good on you, boys.
iHeartRadio.
Reagan Weirdless.
See ya.
Smoke that cheese.
When we got the bill, we were
At
like,
this point, some of the local dairy farms recognize Will.
Yeah.
The cows,
The
actually.
cashier was praying for him as he left for his constipation problem.
I haven't crapped in
This
a week.
poor guy. Have you had a movement?
That was what they asked me.
What was all just coming in?
No, it was mink and
You were
muskrat
wrong.
just came in.
Okay,
Mink and muskrat, yeah.
Mink and Muskrat had just come in.
Yep.
I saw them in concert a couple
Did you?
weeks ago.
Really? What, they open up for Hall & Oates?
Milli Vanilli.
Really,
They didn't have a high standard for dress code, though. I saw that.
So,
Sheila's Sushi She Shed.
oh yeah, the sushi shisha. Sheila.
I saw him smiling real big, and then he handed it to me, and I went,
Read this.
it was totally worth to go get the pen.
Yeah, no time like the pheasant.